Peter Ndambiri, the most popular deputy governor in Kenya. I know you've already started asking who is this. This is the most popular and famous deputy governor in Kenya. And it happens my governor is a woman. Her name is Anne Mobi Waiguru. And I'm here to represent her. First of all, receive my greetings. Do you? Yes. I would want to say just one or two things. I won't take much time, Madam Chair. One is that we are here to encourage you to come back. I want to say, and talk on behalf of Kirinyaga County, one of the things that we've done, guided by my governor, Anne Waiguru, was to produce a sessional paper that has not been done by any other county. We have a sessional paper which is called Mountain Cities Blueprint 2032 roadmap on how Kirinyaga will be. And we have mapped up our county into 3 areas, actually to 4. Every sub-county, all constituency, has been made a city. And we are borrowing from what we are seeing from you here. In Moya, we have given it a name that is known as the Green City within Kirinyaga. In Kirinyaga Central, we've already given it a name as the Wellness City, because that's where we have our big hospitals. In Geshogo, where the governor comes from, we've given it as a resort city. And in Bia, it is an organic city. Why are we saying so? It's because we want all our produce. Kirinyaga being an agri-based economy, we depend much on agriculture. And we are coming up with an industrial park in Sagama that is going to cost about 5 billion Kenya shillings. As we talk to you, we know you are the people who can bring this investment in Kirinyaga. You are the people who can come and help us build the industries that we want. And somebody talked here about innovation, about research, and about what we can achieve when we come together. I want to tell you, you're the people with the brains. You came here and left our country. If we are all going to help our youth, we will not be able to come here like you. Remember, you need to bring this knowledge to us. We shall provide the environment, we shall do the infrastructure, and allow you to bring this brain that you may teach. More people will not be able to come here. And that is why we are here to market and assure you that your investments are going to be well and in order. In Kirinyaga, having laid the infrastructure, in terms of planning, all we need is labor force from specialists, from knowledgeable people, from people who can come and be counted to help us now take a step further of implementing what we have. So the assurance is not to say a guarantee with the government. It's for you to come, be tough. We give you the facilities that you're going to work in, and then you shall be able to recoup your investment. I don't want to talk much because of time, but all I want to assure you is when it comes to coffee, it comes to tea and rice, and even horticultural produce, all of this will be able to find and do industries in Kirinyaga and bring those goods here, including Kariuki who comes from Kemunya, who say there's a problem in marketing coffee. I'll be able to take that up, and I'm sure together we shall be able to get that.
Okay. I think very good. I think you have done a good job marketing Kirinyaga. Now we have the governor for Laikipia, who is also the chair. Yeah, the deputy governor, Laikipia, who is the chair of deputy governors, is it?
Yes. Correct, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. It's better. This is better. Thank you very much. I think I've enjoyed my stay here, and I'm just surprised that most of us have an idea of what we want to do. Maybe I just change the discourse a little bit, and I mention how I want you to do it. You see, one of the things that the counties are suffering from today is infrastructure development. And the funding we get as county allocation is not enough. My thinking is that it's high time we engage the gear from buying blocks to infrastructure development. Pull our resources together, put them in an investment vehicle, go in and put in development of infrastructure in counties, and get a return for investment. you can actually live on that interest income. And it's been done before. We do it for all the other high-end investors. There is no reason why we as Kenyans cannot do it. And I'm talking about putting money together and in municipality bonds. Just the other day, every county at a minimum has 3 municipalities that have been created, courtesy of the World Bank on the Urban Support Program. Now, these municipalities, we're going to raise bonds in the market, looking for funds to develop the urban centers. That's the entry level. It's one of the best. It has started. Please do join in. And another thing I want to mention is about the power of women that was mentioned here. The chamas that you have. That Shosho who doesn't understand that high level economics, grab them, pull them together, put them in circles, come and invest in our counties. And one of the areas that is going to give you a high return is actually universal health care. Because literally every county must develop in terms of medical services delivery. The facilities have to be improved, have to be upgraded. Now, the upgrading of these facilities requires economics, requires money. You have the resources. I think for me, that is a take home that is very important. We are willing to engage. We are ready and able. I did hear a comment about liaison officers for diaspora in most of the counties. And I want to ask the governors who are present, please, why don't you domicile this liaison office in the deputy governor's office? And they can give you a very good job, because then they will be able to actually speak and pronounce about the county's policy and intentions. I know that would be a very good thing to do. Let me stop there.
Thank you.
If you want more, you can always engage at dinner time, isn't it?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Laikipia, it would be wrong if the 2 senators have spoken, have been in panels, the only senator that has not spoken and whose voice you've not heard. Is it? Yes. Senator Laikipia from the same county.
Habari ya jioni. Habari ya jioni tena. Kwangu mimi siku ya leo, kwa majina naitwa John Kenywa. Nimetoka Laikipia, mimi ni senator wa Laikipia. Lakini nilipokuja hapa na nimeketi hapa kusikiza, mimi kwangu nimeona uoga mwingi kwenu machoni. Kila mtu aliyesimama hapa kuongea alikuwa akisema nyinyi wacheni wahakikishe kitu kimoja. Hawa magavana mnaona hapa, mkija nyumbani hamtawaona. Kwa nini nasema hivyo? Kwa sababu hawa magavana wana kazi kubwa. Ukweli wa mambo ni ya kwamba ukienda kwake utapata raini kubwa ya watu ambao wanataka kumuona. Na wacha niwaambie ukweli, kwa sababu huo ndio ukweli wa mambo. Nyinyi wenyewe mkija pale kumuona, wewe unakuja na kizungu mingi vile huyu bwana alisema. Naye mama mboga yule amekuja pale, amekuja na shida yake, anataka kumuona gavana. Alafu gavana ataangalia ni nani atakayepiga kura. Nyinyi mnasema, mnauliza mambo kama mnataka muandikishe kupiga kura, na yule mama mboga tayari ako na kura. Unafikiri gavana ataangalia naye? Kwa hivyo ukweli wa mambo usemwe. Na haitakuwa makosa yake kwa huyu gavana kukosa kukuona. Itakuwa ataangalia mambo mawili. Ni nini nasema? Nasema jamani, nyinyi mkiwa hapa, ikiwa haujui ya kwamba unajenga nyumba nyumbani, unasema ya kwamba ati umekuwa ukidanganywa. Hata gavana mwenyewe haumjui, basi haumjui kiongozi wa pale, haumjui jirani yako. Kwa hivyo unaangalia katika social media, mtu anakuambia anakujengea nyumba na wewe unakubali. Kwa hivyo inamaanisha wewe ni hata hujakuwa nyumbani kwa muda mrefu. But it's true. Let us be honest with ourselves, and let us not be afraid of talking the truth. What am I saying? It is not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight in the dog. Hiyo ndio inamaanisha. Sasa it is about us to be very honest with each other. Nimekaa hapa nasikia mtu akisema ya kwamba sisi akina mama, napenda kumsikiza sana ngine wanasemaga, usiseme mama governor, sema governor. She's governor like any other person. So when you people talk about, in fact, I'll be very, mimi nikisikia haya maneno, I'll be very afraid to talk tonight. If my daughter keeps on talking, akiwa na sister yake, akiwa na ndugu yake pale anaonekana akiogopa. The other issue that you have hapa, na nyinyi hamtaki kutuambia, nilipokuwa Santa Fe kutoka juzi nimekuwa nikisikiza shida iliyoko kubwa hapa ni madawa ya kulevya pamoja na pombe hapa kwenu. Kwa hivyo nyinyi wenyewe mnaendelea kukufa. Kwa hivyo mkisema sisi huko nyumbani vijana wetu wanakunywa pombe, wanafanya hivyo, sasa hilo wanasema mgaga na upwa hali wali mkavu. Kwa sababu nyinyi tukiwasikiza hapa mnatuambia vile tunapaswa kufanya nyumbani na nyinyi wenyewe hamfanyi. Uwezi ukamtoa mtu mwenzako changarawe katika jicho lake na wewe uko na kigogo katika jicho lako. You cannot tell our people, the young people, every time we are here talking about the young people, but you here, we are, my senator was talking with me, she has lost 3 cousins hapa vijana wadogo kama si madawa ya kulevya. In fact, with governors, the governors meeting, they will agree with me. We are suffering. We have addiction here. At least at home, there the issues we are having is addiction of something called hypno, pethidine, and heroin, opioid lakini una control pain. Na madawa mengi. Jamani, tuambiane ukweli. Usimdharau. Sawa kwa Kiswahili. Waswahili nasema kwa sababu msamdharau mkunga ilhali uzazi ungalipo. Sisi wa Kenya jamani, mmekuja hapa mnatuona sisi ni wahehahe, lakini tuko gangari, tuko chonjo na tuko bambe. Asante sana.
Extremely well. Now, Honorable Waititu, you have spoken before. I don't know. I wanted you to give the vote of thanks.
At least I wanted to talk about something that my friend here has just touched a bit. I know most of you who are in Kenya last year, you left a drinking nation. You left a drinking nation. Mliwacha watu wetu ni walevi, vijana mliwacha sobis pale. I wanted to inform you that we are doing something. And you might be very, very, very surprised ya kwamba in Central Kenya now unaweza tembea the whole day ujaona mlevi hata moja. We have taken up that challenge as governors to fight illicit and second generation alcohol, and in Kiambu in particular, ambaye ilikuwa the biggest market of those type of alcohol. Sahi hakuna bar inauzwa pombe mchana, ni kutoka saa 11 mpaka saa 5 usiku. Na mimi naweza kuambia hivi, hiyo tulianza imetamba to all our counties. Hata ukienda Nyandarua saa hii vita ni mingi ya pombe. Bar ambaye in Kiambu we had over 4,000 bars. Right now they have reduced to less than 300 in the whole county of Kiambu. Yes. And I can authoritatively tell you that by the end of this year, Kiambu will only have about 1 bar in each of the wards. Kwa hivyo in Kiambu mtoto tutakuwa na bar 60 in the whole of the whole sub-county. We have controlled all the wines and spirit shops. Na mimi naweza kuambia very surprisingly, wale vijana walikuwa wanapata